start with dihybrid cross. What is dihybrid cross? Dihybrid cross is a cross when cross between again two pure breeding plants, but in this case we will consider two characters at a time. Two characters at a time. You know, the method of cross is same. What is the means? Pure breeding plants, parent 1 in crossed with parent 2. Is it all right? And then like we will show gametes. When we show genotype, means genetic expression, we show gametes. Here we cannot show. And then comes F1 generation. These are cross pollinated. This is self pollinated to get F2 generation. Is it clear? Here you will understand what was the reason for Mendel's success. Is it all right? After explaining dihybrid cross, I'll tell you. Now here, what is dihybrid cross? Now you will understand the definition. It is the cross between two pure breeding plants. Again, two pure breeding plants. Is it clear? Considering two characters at a time. There we had considered one character at a time. Now we will be considering two characters at a time. That means there are 7 characters: height, you know, color of the seed, color of the pod, color of flower, and so on. So out of these, any two characters are taken. Any two characters are taken overlooking the others. Rest of the characters, what is going on, it is dominant, recessive, whatever form it is not seen. Only two characters are studied at a time. So that is what is dihybrid cross, and this is one of the major reasons. He was very organized. Mendel was very organized, very methodical. So this is the reason he got the success. You know, before Mendel also some of the scientists tried with this hybridization. They took so many characters at a time. They wanted to study so many characters at a time. So the results were so vast that they got confused. But Mendel started with monohybrid, one character at a time, then two characters at a time. He did not consider too many characters at a time. Is it clear? Now you see what happens here. So let us consider a character. Suppose Mendel has taken what is the most what is given in your book. Let us start with that, and then I'll be giving you one more cross with some other character. So he took two characters. We are considering shape of the seed and color of the seed. What are the two shapes? What are the shapes of the seed? Two shapes of the seed. One shape is round, the other shape is wrinkle. Okay, and what is the color of the seed? One is yellow and the other is green. Okay, so two parents are taken. Parent 1 and parent 2 is taken. Alright, well, let me just first do the phenotype and then we go to genotype. Parent 1, one of the parent is always dominant, is taken dominant, and the other one is taken recessive. Is it alright? So parent 1 is taken with, a plant is taken which produced a round seed and which is yellow in color. See, two characters I am taking. Round is the shape, yellow is the color. Two characters. In the previous we had taken either round, either the color of the seed or the shape of the seed. One character at a time. Is it all right? And P2, the parent 2 is recessive. That is wrinkle and green. One thing you have noticed that when I have taken both the characters are dominant here. Is it all right? If parent 1 is dominant for the shape, it should be dominant for the color also. Is it all right? Parent 2 is dominant for the shape, recessive for the shape as well as recessive for the color. Okay. Now when these were crossed, he found that F1 generation, all the plants produced round and yellow seeds. Round and yellow seeds. Is it clear? Genotypically we will explain later. Round and yellow seed. When they were self-pollinated, he got 4 varieties, 4 variations he got. Is it clear? Round and yellow, round yellow, okay, round green, wrinkle yellow, and wrinkle green. The numbers, the ratio we will do later. So what did he find? He found that two varieties of plants were like the parents, round and yellow, wrinkle and green. But there were two new recombinations as well. What is the meaning? Round and green, wrinkle and yellow. This is what. And on this, the second law, the third law is given, that the law of independent assortment. So first, before going for this, let us see the genotype, like how did it appear, why did it happen, why these recombinations have occurred. Is it all right? So let us see this. So here we start with the first one is round and yellow, okay, is crossed with wrinkle and green. So how do we show round and yellow? For round, this is the shape of the seed. So for every character there are two genes, a pair of allele. Every character is controlled by a pair of gene, a pair of factor we call as alleles. So how do we show round? Round we show as capital R, capital R. Is it clear? And the second character is yellow. How do we show yellow? As capital Y, capital Y. What does it show? Round is a dominant character, that is why capital. Yellow is a dominant character, that is why capital. Is it clear? Wrinkle, small r, small r. All right, the same alphabet we are using but in small letter. Okay, green is small y, small y. This is what we are showing. Take care. So what are these? These are the parents. Okay. Now this parents parents cross to form F1 generation, but the organisms do not cross. What cross? Their gametes cross. So first of all, we have to find out the gametes. Is it all right? Gametes means what kind of gametes they will produce? They will produce R, Y, R and R separate, Y and Y separate. That means, you remember, here we again come to meiosis. There is one chromosome is this, one pair of chromosome, the other pair of chromosome is this. Is it clear? The gene, for now Mendel did not know this, I am just explaining that why it is happening. Here is gene for round, here is gene for round. One has come from maternal source, another has come from paternal source. Is it clear? Here is a gene for yellow and here is a gene for yellow. During meiosis, what happens? The homologous pair of chromosomes separate. Here R and R separate, the homologous pair of chromosomes separate. So what is happening? RY, RY. Is it all right? So what are the gametes? This is what is gamete. This is what is gamete. So here this concept you have to make clear. Okay, RY. You will and what are the gametes formed here? Capital R and small r separate, small y and small y separate. Is it all right? Now of course this is diploid. Why do you say diploid? But I have shown you four genes. 4 genes I have shown. How can we call it diploid? Because it is diploid because to control one particular character, any character, it can be one. We do not have one character in our body. There are several characters, one particular character I am saying. How many genes are present? There are 2 genes present here. To control the character shape, how many genes are there? There are 2 genes. To control the color, to control the character color, how many genes are present? There are 2 genes present. So to control any particular character, there can be thousands of characters. If you consider any particular character, if to control that particular character, there is a pair of gene present, it is diploid. Is it all right? If 1 is present, then it is haploid. Is it all right? So definitely it is diploid. Here, to control the shape, there is a pair of gene. Is it all right? That means wrinkle, green, and to control the color, there is a pair of gene. All right. So this is of course diploid. I have written 2n. 2n is diploid. Now what do we consider this? This is haploid or diploid? R and Y. If I am talking about R and Y, is it all right? What is R? R is round. What character is round? It is the shape. Is it all right? What is Y? What yellow? Yellow is which character? The color of the seed. Color of the seed. Is it all right? So shape is a different character and color is a different character. To control shape, there is one gene. To control color, there is one gene. So this is not diploid, this is haploid. Is it all right? You may have, I am repeating, you may have thousands of characters, and if to control, you are showing in like a cell, you are showing for one character, if there is one gene, one particular character, if there is one gene, that is haploid, and for one particular character there is a pair of gene, that is diploid. These are alleles. Is it all right? So this is diploid. Okay, so here goes, so here we know that these are haploid. These are haploid. Since these are haploid, they are gametes. Gametes, nothing other than, in higher organisms, nothing other than gametes are haploid. So these are gametes. Is it clear? Whose gametes are these? Whose gametes are these? These are the gametes of parents. These are the gametes of parents. Is it clear? So the gametes of parents cross together, fuse to form F1 generation. So let us see how many squares we will make. How many gametes are there? 1, 2, 3, 4. Is it all right? So we will make 4 squares. Okay, so capital R, capital Y, capital R, capital Y, small r, small y, small r. Yeah, sorry, I should have written like this. Since I have written here like this, let us write like this. It's so small r, small y. Now let us cross. Is it all right? So when are we writing? So capital R, capital Y, small r, small y. Is it all right? So what is happening after the fusion? Don't write it just now. I have written in a wrong way. I just want to explain that which way you have to write. This is shape. This is color. This is shape. This is color. We don't keep like that. Shape should be kept together. Color should be kept together. So how should we write? Capital R, small r, capital Y, small y. Round, wrinkle. Yellow, green. These two are for shape, these two are for color. Is it all right? So how do we write? Capital R, small r, capital Y, small y. Capital R, small r, capital Y, small y. We always write dominant first. Is it clear? No matter how it is coming. Capital R, small r, capital Y, small y. Capital R, small r, capital Y, small y. So this is, now what are we getting here? We are getting all the plants are capital R, small r, capital Y, small y. Is it all right? Now since you have done phenotype, you know what is phenotype. Now you can easily make out. So, Ajay, now tell me, this is haploid or diploid? First we phenotype, we go later. Now first you have to understand it is haploid or diploid. Okay? So how it is easy to understand. What is R? R is round. Round is what? Shape. Round is a form of a shape. What is the character? Shape. Okay? Wrinkle is again shape. Is it clear? Yellow is color. Green is color. Is it all right? To control shape, there are 2 genes. To control color, there are 2 genes. That means it is diploid. It is diploid. Is it clear? 4 are present. We are showing 4. That doesn't mean that it has become tetraploid. No, it is not. Is it clear? One character we will see. One character, that to control that character, how many genes are present. That is what we have to see.